Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW, and as you all know, I don't play battleships. I certainly don't play top tier battleships, but there's a load of missions out there for the legendary mods, and so I've been out playing some of the tier 7 up to legendary battleships. In particular, the tier 7 Iowa, which is affectionately known as the Big Stick or the President's Ship, something like that. And I said, this one turns out to be just great. So you are going to want to sit there and watch this one, because what I will say is it's going to be big. It's certainly not going to be disappointed in this one. Now I'm here in division with two friends from the upside down part of the world in Australia. We do spawn on B cap, and there's a bit of confusion about which way is right in this one as our friend heads off to the left hand side. But we're putting guns across the B cap. We decide that actually what we're going to do, and this is the bad thing, we're actually going to move away from this cap, but we are going to come back and fight it. So don't worry, we're not running away. We moved away because we didn't want to be the focus of attention in the center of the map straight away. But we are going to turn around and we'll come back and start taking red team to task. Now I put a shot across the top at that Lefudra. I don't do a very good job of it. I miss him. Auto aim isn't always the best, but we're going to stay on those guys because we are sure that he's going to tuck into that small niche that's just there on the edge of B cap. But he's not. He's got to push round, and we get a slightly better angle on him now. We can see his bow, we can see where he is, and we're going to turn out slightly. He has turned into those shots, so we're going to keep eyes on and see where these turrets are going. Now, what I didn't think of at the start is A, it's a carrier game, and B, there's only one destroyer per team. Now, as is always the case if you're playing a carrier, the best thing to do is to spot the enemy destroyer, get them taken off the map, then there is no risk to yourself. But sadly, that is not going to be the case in this game, because there is a destroyer out there. I think it's a Yudachi, and he is going to come straight through the middle of this map, and I can't actually see what our carrier's doing or what he's doing with his planes. It is a bit of a mess out there at the moment with this legendary mod business going on. The Lefudra is pretty much broadside to me. I'm trying to stay angled to them. He keeps turning in and out, and although we've kited away from there, we decide that we are going to turn around now. Now I've had to mute all the sound on this match because I did have party recording on, and there's quite a bit of bad language in the party audio, so I decided to mute this one and we'll just do the talk over for it. Now this is a full division out there on this cap, and after we came across they finally decided to push, but we can't let this Lefudra and the Iowa sail straight through B cap uncontested, and so we use the cover of this island to pull a 180 and get round on them. We're spotted all the time, so we took a risk. There is the destroyer out in front. The carrier finally has him spotted, but it's got to be too late for that guy. It is going to be too late. He's gone past the destroyer to try and get bombs on these two battleships, but we get two turrets out at that Lefudra, and we're going to think about tucking in on the side of this island. Now, I was on the last part of my 20 Citadel challenge, and I've heard a lot of people saying that things seem to be broken, like that broadside battleship, I'm in Iowa, and we don't get a single Citadel on them. But we're going to make up for that a little bit further in the match. So the Lefudra disappears, we get onto the Iowa. There's one ship out there, I can see where the destroyer is. He's running straight for our carrier, and our buddy there, he is in the cruiser. He's trying to get shots on that Yudachi and take care of him, but that Yudachi is going to get a run in on our aircraft carrier and knock him straight off the map. and that is never a good start for a game like this. The Iowa has pushed. He's committed now. His friends on Seacap appear to have turned round and headed in the opposite direction. There is a Mainz out there to the left, but we do get a good double citadel on that Aya, and we chunk his health straight off him. And he is going to make a mistake here. We stay angled. We managed to mitigate the damage, and I'm thinking, is he going behind the island? But no, he has stopped straight on that island. So all three turrets go out. I know that I'm not going to get another shot from him because he's already fired. And we double citadel him for the first kill of the game, and we're on 97,000 damage to start with, so that is not a bad start at all. I'm looking to see what this Bismarck is doing, but he's a long way out and he is very, very well angled against us. So we're just looking. There's a Hipper there too, just to the right of the Bismarck. He's behind the island, can't really get shots on him. And all this time I'm kind of wondering where is our destroyer, but he's there way, way south of Seacap and not contesting it. But the Bismarck does have sonar, so I can imagine why he doesn't want to push too close to that cap. Those torpedoes are from the Adachi, which was killed by my buddy. We get a shot off at that Mainz, and we get another citadel on him as well. And so we're going to hit the brakes, we're going to slow down, we're going to wait for the reload, and we're going to go for another shot on him. You'd think he would have learned, hadn't taken a citadel already, but he hasn't learned. We're looking for where that fire came from. I don't actually know where it was. I think it was from behind me. But the shots are out on the Mainz. Citadel again. That is kill number 2. So now I want to take this capture point. And I'm a battleship and I'm trying to take capture points. And what we're going to see now is a complete throwaway of a ship. We can see that Marlborough out there. He's burning, he's almost dead. I'm thinking I can push, I can possibly get a kill shot on him. There is a Brandenburg running straight at him, and I actually think that this is a waste of a ship, because the Brandenburg just rams that guy. He could have gone straight past him, he could have torpedoed him, he could have left his secondaries on him. That was a complete throwaway of a ship. But we are literally minutes into this game. Red team are down to 3 ships, and this seems to be the way that it's been going all day. It is one way or the other. There is never an in-between as far as these games go. I'm still looking across the right because I thought the reason that Marlborough disappeared from view, because I wasn't paying too much attention, was because it had gone behind the island. But upon realising that it has disappeared, my buddy out there in the cruiser is pushing back because we think the carrier is out there. So I'm getting my guns on the carrier, but then we realise that the Bismarck is coming round too. So I'm holding my shots thinking that the carrier is going to be spotted. But then I decide that the Bismarck is the target that we want to take care of. There's the carrier, the Bismarck, and the Hipper. We can see that the Hipper is still across there to the south of Seacap. And what we're going to have to do here is cut tight in on this corner, but not so tight that we scrape the beach and get ourselves stuck. So we're going to have to push out a little bit further than maybe we're comfortable with, but we are going to come around this corner. And I don't think I'm doing too badly so far, but here comes the Bismarck. He's on fire, he's taken fire from 3 different directions. I decide to go up through the top through a superstructure. We get the kill. It was a bit of a cheap kill, but it's a kill all the same. He's gone. Now we've got the Hipper and the carrier out there. And this is where shortly I'm going to make my mistake. Because first of all, I've got the torpedo planes running in on me. And I'm not really paying attention to what direction they're coming in from. And although I've done quite well so far in maintaining my hit points pool, that is sadly going to go wrong very shortly, because I'm going to take 3 torpedoes off this carrier, and then I'm going to snatch this shot on the hipper. I think I should have deleted him with that salvo, but I don't do a good enough job. There we go. We've got no option but to damage con that one, and all we're hoping is that we can get a reload in and get rid of this hipper before he manages to get a fire started on us. But it looks like he's got armor piercing loaded. That's not going to do a lot to us at this angle, so now we're going to go 2 turrets. You can see he switched to high explosive now, so he's taking the time to change. I get a high caliber and kill number 4, and we're pushing the carrier. Now I'm burning, my hit points are very low. I seem to be the center of attention now. You can see that our destroyer, rather than sail in and take sea cap and give us more of an advantage, because the game is not won yet, now the carrier is bringing in his bomber planes to us, and I decided that I need to start turning and head towards my buddy for will to rebuild, because I figured that that is the only way that I'm going to stay alive. So we're trying to close each other down, but this guy is coming around with his bomber planes again, and although my AA is taking care of some of them, sadly it isn't going to be sufficient. We're ticking down, and before we know it, boom, that is us out of the game. 4 kills, high caliber, 161,000 and almost another 500. But there's only the carrier left, so we'll fast forward this bit. Our 2 buddies are running them down in the cruiser. The destroyer is having a pop as well, and I think he thinks that he's going to just run in and torpedo that guy and bag himself a carrier. But that's not going to be the case, because just a few moments later he's got 2 cruisers absolutely ripping at him, and within a couple of salvos he is going to disappear, and that is going to be the game win for blue team. So there we go. As I said, 161,452 damage, 4 kills, 7 citadel hits, a cap defend, a solo cap as well. We got a decent amount of hits on ships there, with an end score of 3,490 base XP, which I think is one of the highest I've possibly had. So I'd like to thank my 2 division buddies there from the bottom of the world for their help in playing that one out. I think we did an absolutely solid job taking 6 kills down between us. I really do hope you've enjoyed watching this one and watching me take out a big ship instead of a little one. And if you enjoyed that, why don't you click on one of the links and hang around and watch some more. Until next time, take care of yourselves and be safe out there. Goodbye.